Hey everyone, this is the story of Maya Thompson. A few years ago, she had been working tirelessly in marketing, saving every dollar she could, dreaming of buying her first home. She found the perfect house in a quiet neighborhood, a small, cozy place with a little garden and enough space for her mom to visit. Everything seemed finally within reach, but on the day she went to finalize her mortgage, things went horribly wrong. The bank told her application had been flagged. Her credit score had mysteriously dropped overnight, and fees appeared that she had never been notified about. When she tried to reason with Victor Hensley, the manager, he was dismissive, cold, and condescending. "You just need to be more financially aware," he said, looking down at her as if she were nothing more than a number. She left the bank that day feeling defeated, humiliated, and scared. Her dreams of a home, of finally stepping into a place of her own, seemed shattered, but she refused to give up. That night, she called her best friend, Renee Carter, and told her everything. Renee was angry, shocked, and supportive. "They can't just do this to you," she said. "You have to fight back." And she was right. Maya had never faced anything like this before. She believed in fairness, in hard work paying off, in doing the right thing, but now she was confronted with something much darker. She spent the night gathering emails, researching and calling around, trying to understand how her credit score could drop without warning, how fees she never agreed to were suddenly expected, and why Victor treated her as if she didn't deserve a home. Then she found Marcus Lee, a lawyer and activist specializing in financial justice. She told him every detail, from the lost deposit to the mysterious fees and her sudden credit score drop. Marcus listened carefully. "Maya, this is bigger than just your mortgage," he said. "They're using systems to disadvantage people like you. But we can fight this. And we will." That night, for the first time since this all began, she felt hope. Over the next few weeks, Maya and Marcus dug into every detail. Internal bank reports, algorithms used for credit evaluations, emails, and policies. Patterns emerged that revealed the biased people like Maya, young black women with stable jobs and savings, were repeatedly flagged as high risk, while others with riskier histories were approved without hesitation. Emails discussed adjusting scores and delaying approvals for certain clients under the guise of internal policies. Maya's anger became determination. She couldn't allow this to continue. She began sharing her story carefully on social media. Messages poured in from women across the country who had experienced the same treatment. Mothers, young professionals, retirees, all saying, "This happened to me too." The support was overwhelming, and the bank began to notice. Their internal practices could no longer remain hidden from public scrutiny. Each day, Maya faced new challenges, new fees, threats of delays on other accounts, subtle intimidation. One call with Victor stood out when he said, "You'll regret pursuing this. It's not worth it." Maya realized it wasn't about the money anymore. It was about refusing to accept injustice. Step by step, she built a case to confront the bank publicly, with Marcus guiding her. Media attention and social networks amplified the story. Maya became more than a client fighting for her home. She became a voice for people silently treated as less than, flagged, or dismissed because of bias. And then came the call that changed everything. "We need to meet," said a representative from the bank's compliance office. "We've reviewed everything. Bring your documents. We want to resolve this." Maya's heart raced. Hope was finally within reach. What followed would be confrontations, negotiations, and moments where her patience and persistence were the only allies she could trust. She couldn't back down, not now. And that's where this story picks up in the next part. Because what happens next is not just about a bank or a house. It's about refusing to be invisible, about standing up when the world pushes back, and about how one person's determination can inspire change far beyond herself. Before we continue, I want to ask you, who are you and where are you watching from? Drop your city in the comments and on. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video so you can follow along with more stories like this. When Maya and Marcus arrived at the bank for the compliance meeting, the room was cold, sterile, a place designed to intimidate. Victor Hensley was there, confident but unaware that his control was already slipping. The compliance officers shuffled papers and waited. Maya calmly laid out every detail: the wrongful charges, the mysterious drop in her credit score, the lost deposit, and the systematic bias hidden in the bank's policies. Marcus provided the legal context, explaining the violations of banking regulations and anti-discrimination laws. As their evidence sank in, Victor's confidence faltered. Weeks of negotiations followed. Emails, phone calls, document reviews, each a test of patience and resolve. Slowly, the bank's stance began to crumble. They issued formal apologies, corrected the credit score, and offered full compensation for the lost deposit. The victory was not just Maya's, it was for everyone affected by these hidden discriminatory practices. But she didn't stop there. Maya purchased her home, finally realizing her dream, and also founded the Threshold Fund to support women navigating financial discrimination, giving them tools and guidance to secure homes and opportunities they were denied. The first family she helped moved into their new home months later, tears flowing, hugs exchanged. Maya realized that her fight had given her something far greater than a house. It had given her purpose. Victor Hensley and several executives faced internal investigations, and reforms were introduced to prevent future discrimination. Maya often thought back to that first day leaving the bank, defeated and uncertain. She could have given up, but she chose to stand her ground, and that choice changed everything. Now, her home represents resilience, courage, and proof that standing up matters. She also stands for everyone who's been treated as invisible or devalued, showing that one person's action can ripple far beyond their own life. If you've ever faced unfair treatment, discrimination, or systemic bias, remember that your voice matters, your courage matters, and justice, even when delayed, is worth pursuing. Thank you for listening. And if this story resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. Supporting the channel allows more stories like Maya's to be shared. Stories that highlight truth, resilience, and the power of refusing to be invisible. Every time you stand up, every time you speak out, you create a world where fairness can reach everyone.